Alright, YouTube. Looks like I'm finally live. I was getting a lot of crap from YouTube when it came to initializing the stream. I don't know how delayed this is going to be. Give me just a second. I'm going to check on it, and then, as usual, we are going to kick things off. I do have the live chat open in a window too, and I will try and keep an eye on that, though it's difficult because usually you'll throw out more comments than I can. Or that I can keep up with. So give me just a second. I'm going to check on a couple things, and we'll keep on moving. This is going to be. Give me just a second. I'm going to check on it, and then, as usual, we are going. Alright, everything looks good on my end, so if you all see something wrong, let me know, but we'll get started. I was obviously wanting you all to join me in some of these battles, but am I seeing this right? Can non-friends join you, or do I have to add people as friends on here in Total War Arena? I'm not exactly sure, so I'm gonna switch the broadcaster over here to Total War Arena. So yeah, just you all let me know. Because I'm not as familiar with the game, but if there's a way to let people join that aren't my Steam friends, if you all could walk me through that, that'd be great, because I would love to just let other people join. So let's see, I could just see, what does it say here, global chat, whatever that option is, I can't pick it, so I'm going to keep an eye on the chat here and just see. Favorite YouTuber. I'm trying to see if there's a way to get these folks to allow them to join me. Let's see. How do you get friends in the same match? I know that, let's pick a commander too. I've never done a commander or some of these barbarian commanders yet. We got Vercingetorix and Arminius. Looks like those are all placeholders. I thought they added like, oh yeah, here she is. She's a Greek commander. Let's check out.
Destiny is taken.
Sinane or whatever her name is here.
Time without action is time wasted.
Oh really? Just doing a lot of talking. Let's check out the sounds here too, just to make sure that everything's set. So, options, sound, master. We can probably turn down speech just a little bit, and we might have to make sure the music's down. Back. Okay. Let's see. Not seeing anything in the chat yet that tells me whether or not I can have people join me. Like if I just hit play here, it doesn't. I'm trying to figure out how to get people to join up where you can have a party together. So if anybody knows how to do that, let me know in the chat, because I'd really kind of like to get a party together. I don't know what practice mode is. Customer support, redeem code, options. Not going to be in there. Global chat. I suppose, do I have to try and add friends on Steam, I guess? Is that the only way that I can do this? Like, just out of curiosity. Private message? No. Yeah, I have no idea how to get you all on my team here. So rather than just sit around wondering how to take care of that, I'm going to go ahead and start a match once we get the commander and everything settled. So let's go back in here. We're gonna check out some of her abilities. So lighting fast reload speeds. Do they mean lightning fast? Let's see. Slaughter, damage, downed enemies. Don't really know what any of these do yet, but let's go ahead and take this opportunity to jack up all her abilities here, because why not? I have plenty of money to do so. Alright, Let's take a look at what she's good at then here. So we're going to get faster reload for archers, damage down to enemies, damage and kill enemies that are knocked down beneath you. Okay, that kind of makes sense. So maybe after a charge or something, use something like that. Shock, a scattering cavalry charge that winds up in intensity over time and can be performed by range cavalry. That's interesting. Target self, melee and missile cavalry. Hunt. Let's see, make an enemy unit maintain sight on it. Even after it leaves your... Okay, mark an enemy unit, you can maintain sight on it, so that's interesting. It looks like she's more of like a scout, like skirmisher type focus, so that'll be interesting. Let's go into the barracks. Let's remove some of these cats, and I'm not going to pick like the highest level troops because I don't know what kind of match we're going to end up in. So let's just pop back a few levels here and just find a cool unit. The horse archers were horrible last time I tried them, so never again. Scythian archers might be kind of fun. They're level 6, it looks like. What do we got? Helot slingers. Let's go with Helot slingers. These guys will be good, and we need to add some staggering range. That sounds good. Then we'll restock this stuff automatically. Searing damage less effective against an armored foe. Seek the legendary Archimedes guidance. What does that do? Acceleration and range. Just go ahead and do that on each one. So we'll get something started up here, get our consumables all set up. I do not play this game often, so it's definitely hard to do. A way you all can join me. I'm going to look in the chat real quick. Apparently someone's happy that I picked slingers. Let me say hi to a couple people in the chat while we're in here. We got, it looks like Dan Botma may have just crapped his pants, but thanks for being here this morning, Dan. And then Odron Taylor up at New Zealand time. Quite the trooper there. And then apparently Mob Killers is on Mars, the surface of Mars too, as is Omar. So glad to see you guys joining from that far away. It says add me as friend. Add us as friends. Well, let's see. I don't know if it'll let me do it, but add friend. Did we get all these? Trying to add these people so that we can get them. I think we added them. Alright, I just added those folks as friends, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if you just have to like invite friends to play the game with you or what. I just want to make sure we can try and get them in. Got someone in from Singapore. That's pretty cool. Trinidad and Tobago, man, that sounds nice right now. It always sounds nice in the summer. It looks like someone else is trying to figure it out, so I'm not the only one that doesn't know how to get friends in here, which, again, I don't play this game often enough to be certain how it all works. I guess I probably should have. Guess I probably should have checked into this. I'm gonna say just jump into matchmaking now. I'm telling folks just to jump into matchmaking because I can't figure out how to get friends in with you here. Not really sure how that works. Maybe they have to be on the game and be on your friends list. I really don't know. So maybe if they're on this list here, you can get them added in. That would probably be the reason because it says in-game none. I'm adding these people as friends, but I don't know if it's changing anything because it still shows my list as 0. But it looks like we're into our first match here. I don't know if any of those folks are going to make it in against us. It's going to be a match on Salernum. I'm all slingers, which was actually probably stupid. I should have grabbed one cavalry unit, or maybe 2 cavalry units and then a slinger or something like that. But going all slingers, we'll have to try and keep ourselves safe. So, but yeah, we'll try this first match as the warrior queen here. It looks like a lot of other people are into her there. So this may be like a big missile spam, but she's good with cavalry apparently to some extent. So maybe folks are gonna be into cavalry. I haven't played this game in so long that I really couldn't tell you anything about it. It's been way too long since I got on here, and I'm probably going to stink, but hey, this is a live stream. It's just for fun. Hang on, someone was leaving a comment. It says you can invite people in the bottom left, the second button. Then you just right click and invite them to your party. So I'll try that on the next one. Thanks, Hawks Delicious, or whatever the name is. So appreciate that in the comments. Looks like everybody is loaded up. So I'm not sure why we're still stuck on this. Or no. Looks like this one guy here. You're slowing the whole thing down here. Needs more Levy Freeman. You know what? You're right, Akos. I do need more Levy Freeman. Vedran in from Croatia. I've heard that Croatia is very beautiful. Seems like it would be an interesting place to see. I may have gotten it confused with another place, but it seems like I've heard people say that it's a very beautiful place. Boy, this guy is taking forever to load. I don't know if maybe something's wrong or if he's just on like the string-a-ling internet connection here. There we go. We're in. So let's see what our teammates have got. Looks like actually we did not come heavy on skirmishers. I'm the only one that's brought it, so this is probably good that we have a little bit of skirmishing. It's me and then this red guy here have brought the skirmishers. Better pick a start position. Let's start back here. I don't want to get completely nailed by people at first, and then starting in the city kind of worries me. That guy's got spears and cav, but the city makes it hard to get long range, so I don't know if that's going to be a good place to start. Greetings from Rome, NBA Hoops. Thanks for joining, Hoops. Looks like someone's doing some nice drawings for us there on the battle screen. Looks good. Looks like some of my team's wanting to rush city.
Or scatter their forces to the 4 winds.
Scatter their forces to the 4 winds. So that's very like epic sounding. I'm gonna go ahead and move everything up. Let me just get myself familiarized. So R is hunt. That's where I can mark an enemy. T is focus fire. Okay, that's where you actually just pick where you want your stuff to land. F is slaughter. So if they get knocked down, but I don't have any cavalry, so I don't even know if that'll work. Spotting, and then I got my special ammunition here. Hunt, focus fire, slaughter. Where's the reload ability? Like the lightning fast reload. I thought that she had like a reload ability.
Have drawn first blood, but interest rates high.
That's kind of weird. I thought that it said there was an ability that made people reload quickly. Maybe I didn't notice which units it actually applies to properly. I'm gonna go up here and support some of this infantry. Hope that some enemy cavalry doesn't get behind us. Did this guy drop? No, he's just sitting back here. It says the enemy has drawn first blood. Yeah, this guy's getting trapped in between different units. But let's keep an eye on our own side of the battlefield before I end up in a bad position. Alright. Barrage only works with archers. Okay, appreciate it. Someone threw that in there. That seems kind of stupid. Seems like you might want to apply that to all missile units, but hey, there is some cavalry there, so it's a bit risky for me to be way up here without any cavalry support of our own in the vicinity. Looks like Red's finally moving his forces up. Got some artillery back here. There's a little bit of non-coverage going on in the center, and a lot of our guys are down in city, so it could get kind of ugly. I'm going to target these cavalry. Or no, I'm probably going to do a lot of friendly... No, we didn't do a lot of friendly fire. That was good. Got a few hits there. Slingers have some nice range there. Looks like we've caught some cavalry up there. That's kind of nice. I might actually plop these slingers into the woods. Let's see. We got some skirmish cavalry down here. What is it? Pannonian cavalry? I've never had good luck with skirmish cavalry in this game. I don't know if they've maybe patched it to make it a little better or what. Let's see if we can get up here to the edge of these woods, but we're going to have to be careful too because could get reds coming down the hill at us. But it looks like we managed to kill that cavalry unit due to inattention on the enemy's part there. I'm gonna save my long-range shot to see if we can get at this artillery that's up over here. That artillery just, it looks like, put some pretty serious pain down in that Pannonian cavalry. Let's maybe try and get into the long grass. That could be a good place to skirmish from.
Yes, Commander. At speed.
Okay, there's the artillery. Let's switch to the light shot. Ah, it just dropped out of our sight line. Okay, get it? Oh, we can mark it too. Where is it? Hunt? Is that the one I want? Yeah.
Yes, Commander.
So hopefully that'll keep the line of sight on there. And I've got light shot turned on, so we should be able to hit these guys from range. So we'll see if we can kill that artillery unit. Take it out of the fight. Looks like we got a good charge there. The artillery unit's taking damage. We just need to make sure that my guys don't get killed by cavalry or something. Just trying to check my surroundings. I thought that unit was marked. How come it can leave my sight? Looks like the cavalry is going to go finish hunting it down, so that's going to be good. Are they pushing our base, or no? We have good visibility back towards the base, so I think we're good. The enemy team is winning by score and numbers, though, so we might want to try and get to their base. Just moving up all my slingers together, though, is a little bit risky. This guy over here is going to need some help. It looks like he's getting killed. What else is going on down here? Looks like some fights going on there. I'm going to turn off the light shot on my guys. Got some pikes back here in the back. Oh, some artillery sees me here. Here's some artillery. Target it, and let's switch back over to the light shot so that we can get the longer range. Should get decent points for hitting artillery if we can kill any of them, but I mean, light shot does do less damage. I've only got 620 points right now, which is not all that great, but if we can wipe out some artillery, that'll certainly help our points rise faster. We should be getting some nice points for this right here. Yeah, it's going up quickly. Okay, what are they saying down in the chat? Let's see if we can hit this guy here. Oh gosh, run. My general's getting too close to these skirmishers, but they don't have an attack order, fortunately, so I should be able to get away. We kind of need to split up and destroy this spear unit. I don't see them yet rushing our... Oh, their cavalry just trying to get to our artillery back here. So they do have cavalry back towards our base, though it does not show a base capture underway at the moment. We're going to have to out-micromanage some of these troops here. Okay, let's try and kill this cavalry unit that's up here. Looks like that should get rid of it. Run, run. Okay, looks like we've got some of these spear units pulled down. The game is getting more even at this point. I don't want them to cap out our base. We have plenty of units back here, but there's also quite a few enemy units coming towards us. Let's see. We have some units on their side of the map, like, so I'm not really sure. I'm kind of thinking I want to get back towards the base just so that we don't get overwhelmed. There's a lot of their guys rolling out of city right now, and they might need the skirmish support. Looks like this artillery back here is guarded by pikes, so that certainly would be a juicy target to help us get more points if we could get to them. We didn't get a lot of points, but we got some from killing that artillery. We got some cavalry here we need to be careful of.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, I'd love to kill that cavalry with my slingers, but I mean, it could get line of sight on me as easily as I can get line of sight on it, and that could get dangerous. Looks like we're going to need some help back at the base, so I'm going to come lend a hand. The numbers are starting to swing back in the enemy favor at this point, so I've got my skirmishers running back the base as quick as I can get there at this point. There's still no base cap on their part, and we have some infantry sitting around. These pikemen are kind of getting wrecked on a little bit. We need help against these archers that are down here. And I'm still way out of range. But yeah, if I can get down here and start whipping up on these archers, that'd be good. Still got a long ways to go, though. So let's just keep pulling our skirmishers down this way. They do have some level 5 cavalry roaming around here. Still no base capture underway. Let's try and hit these skirmishers. Those ought to be fairly easy targets, and then we'll try and take out the archers that are over here wreaking havoc on some of our guys. Hit them. Okay, we just got some nice hits. Okay, this archer blob is going to be our next target. I don't think these stones decrease my range. Oh, crap. Let's just use our guys to try and shoot these guys to death. They didn't get the best charge, so maybe we can take them out. We just lost a unit to a rout, though. And the cavalry's not routing, so I'm going to get mopped up. We're going to get mopped up pretty hard here, I think, unless we can force these cavalry to rout. Which I might. Come on, help me out here, guys. I'm trying to get these guys to rout, and we're fairly close to accomplishing it. But they are base capping us too, and now the archers are going to get shots on me while this cavalry is engaged with me. I need to just pull back off of that, because we're just going to take more losses than I like, and they should kill their own cavalry for me. What kind of archers are these? These guys might have just as good a range as my slingers, unfortunately. So I just got jacked up pretty bad right there, unfortunately. What are these archers? Toxotai? Yeah, we can probably stop their base cap or at least slow it down, because we have some units nearby, but we've got a lot of work to do here if we're going to actually finish this off. Let's try this hunt. Is that how it works? Okay. I don't know if I've done this right. I keep trying to kill their archers here. They've still got a unit in our base that we need to put shots on, or else it's going to end up getting a cap. But if we can shoot some of their units in the base, it should stop their base cap. Oh gosh, those archers are going to outshoot me so bad. At least I think they will. I don't know, we'll see. My guys are kind of blobbed up, theirs are kind of blobbed up. We'll just kind of see how it goes. I'm getting a ton of points. Yeah, it just rocketed me into first place right here, but I'm also dying to the archer fire. It stopped their base cap, but I'm going to die.
My wounds are fatal. Do not let this life end.
Yeah, so we couldn't outshoot him. We didn't have enough men, but at least we slowed down the base capture and did what we could for the team. We ended up coming in first place, got about 4,000 points, so it is what it is. So, what'd you all think of the first match here? It looks like my team just ended up getting outmatched by the enemy here. I don't know if we have anything left on their side of the map. It does not look like it, yeah. So it looks like the enemy managed to handle all of our troops. So at this point, it's going to be a matter of them routing this last artillery unit, which is over here. It was a fun match. We got a decent number of points there, almost 4,000. Looks like we were just shy. We came in first on the team, which isn't bad. That commander's not bad. I think it's kind of unfortunate that her ability doesn't work on slingers. Do any of you have any thoughts on why her ability doesn't work on slingers? Because it kind of seems pointless that it does not. We'll try for one more match here too, and I'm gonna try and get some people that I just tried to add to the friends list to join me. So if I sent you those invites previously, keep an eye out. I'm gonna go back to the lobby and see if I can get you all added in. So that is gonna be game, set, match right there. Good job, red team. You all played well. We didn't make it this time. So let's just see. Commander's still in the battle. Let's go over here. Good deal. So took care of that. I mean, I added these people to my friends list, but it's still saying that I have 0 friends online. So for whatever reason, it's just not... I'm going to ask if anybody was able to add me. I'll tell you what would be nice as a feature, and I'm going to throw this out there to Creative Assembly. I'll shoot them a message too, but just as a feature, I think you're making it too difficult for people to join each other in parties. Like, you ought to be able to just come in here in the chat, click on someone, and just say invite to party, and like be able to just pull them in. I mean, why do they have to be on your friends list? I think it makes it too annoying. Steam friends list are limited, and it doesn't make much sense to me. So it's just they need to make it to where you can come in, and if the people are in the chat, you can just invite them to join your party, and you can hop into matchmaking. That way you don't have to deal with trying to get the friends list all set up and everything. So let's try something a little bit different. We'll use this same commander. I kind of liked her. I thought it was an interesting commander. And again, let's kind of choose these, not like low tier units, but not real high tier units either. Padromoy Scouts. What are these guys good at? What's the level? Let's get some Scythian archers. Get a couple units of those. And then maybe a companion cavalry. This might be a little more fun. So let's come in here. We got the Scythian archers. Let's do reduced range, increased horror, being set aflame. Let's see, bodkin arrows penetrate armor better, so that might be helpful. Cure steadfast hero of Athens council, missile damage and accuracy. Bodkin, looks like broadhead arrows just do more damage. And then same thing with bodkin. Let's set those to replenish, and we're gonna do the same thing. Bodkin, or there's more down here that I didn't see. Okay, so they have some that do longer range, but I'm just gonna go with the ones that do more damage. We'll call that good. And then the companion cavalry. Let's see. This one's melee damage, morale, Olympic trials, Thessalian steeds. Let's go with that one. Temporarily increase the morale of nearby allies. There we go. Let's just go with that. It'll be good. Okay, people are trying to get me to join the party. How do I join your party? Because I would like to. Maybe I need to be set to online in Steam where I can get messages or something. So let me try that. I'm gonna switch my status to online. Hopefully I don't get a bunch of chat on here while I'm streaming. Let's see. Go ahead and send. Let's see. I'm kind of watching to see here if I get any invites from these guys, and we'll try and get them to join us. Let me head back to the chat here. Someone wants me to play as a barbarian. You know what? We could probably do that. Looks like they're supposed to be sending me an invite. Let's play as the barbarian. That's a good request, so that I'm not doing the same thing. Looks like Vercingetorix is still just a placeholder. Has Arminius. What has he got? Infiltration. That was kind of cool. Visibility range for scouts. So he's an assault scout. Let's go ahead and select Arminius. Have they added more troops, or is it still all super low tier with the barbarians? Looks like they have amped up the game a little bit, but not a lot. Let's kind of see what we have availability to. Can't tell if these people have invited me or not. Haven't seen an invite yet from them. Alright. We need as Steam friend, like I just... Let's see, I just added you. You can accept. My Steam friends list though gets full, and this is again the reason why I would ask Creative Assembly to bypass this whole friends thing, because it's annoying, especially for someone like me that has a ton of invites on Steam. Like it gets extremely annoying. Just gonna try and unlock everything here. Level 4. I think we have to get in here and upgrade all these guys before we can missing dependency. What the heck are you talking about? How do I get these guys upgraded? Warband. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. It says your list is full. Yeah, so see, this is why I don't like the way that that's set up. So I'm going to have to just say, well, I need to head to a match. So I'm going to have to go ahead and start. I'm not going to play as the Barbarian because I don't have time to get all that stuff set up right now. So I'm actually just going to go back over and pick the Warrior Queen here again. So the guy's begging me to fix it. I just don't have time. I'm in the middle of a stream, so I can't really slow down to fix it, and I want to get battles in here because that's the whole point, is to have battles, not me just talking about how I wish this worked. So I got my setup here, so I'm going to have to go ahead and hit play.
Turn the world to our favor.
Let's see. I'm going to hop back into the comments here for a while, so if you'll have any questions for a minute, let me see them. It says Europeans can't play with them. Really? Are they on the 2 different servers? I may still be on the European server here. Because that's what I was on originally. I don't know if it's been changed or not. If they put Europeans and Americans on a different server, though, it's kind of annoying. And to be honest, whenever I was there, it didn't seem to matter much. I'm going to check the status of my stream here. Looks like it's okay. Everything's good. Someone wants me to take Aspis Cap. I don't want to take the super high ranking units, because then I'm going to end up playing against, you know, like a lot better players, which is probably not going to be good for me. Let's see. Yeah, they did put them on different servers. That's stupid. They put them on different servers. How come I can play people from Europe on, like, you know, like Rome Total War and all the other stuff, but you can't do it on Arena? I don't agree with that. I think it's dumb. I know that they're trying to do it for the sake of like lag and stuff, but it's still irritating. So I don't know. There's a few things like that to me that are keeping this game from really grabbing my attention. I like the game. I mean, Arena, it's fun as a general rule, but here's the big kicker for me is this one's free to play. And I don't need a free-to-play Total War because I've purchased all the full Total War games. And so the content of this game, albeit fun and entertaining, is not more fun and more entertaining than the full version of Total War, which I have already purchased. And that's why I don't play this game a whole lot. So just in case people are wondering, it's not because I hate it or I think it sucks or something like that. It's not beating the original Total War for me. And again, this is just me. Given the option between like a full-blown title and a free-to-play game, I'm going to pick the full-blown title like every time. So I think I did pick Archers. Someone's saying Archers, please. So we're good. Let's see. Can you live stream Follow the Samurai? Maybe at some point. I mean, I can live stream anything technically. Let's see. Why do I not play the Himyar campaign? I'm trying to get down to 1 campaign. There honestly didn't seem to be a ton of interest left in the Himyar campaign. It wasn't getting a lot of views. I may show an episode of it here and there, but it seemed like people were looking for something new and different. And so I went ahead and started these these new enemies. Looks, I saw Eddie Currents in my chat, and it looks like he's in my game here on the enemy team. So at least I think I saw him there. I don't know if anybody else made it, but this ought to be fun. We got Eddie Current on the other side. I swear I saw him in the chat a minute ago too. So hopefully we've got him in here so that he can pop up in the game. Some people are saying yes, him Yar. I mean, again, that's the reason why I slowed down. And someone's saying here, and I agree with this comment. It says this is far from Total War, man. It's just a MOBA, and I agree with that. And again, that's part of the reason why this one doesn't take precedent for me over just a standard Total War game. Again, not saying I dislike it, not saying that I think it's a big flop or anything else like that. But you just have to remember that, you know, money isn't an object for me, and this style of game ranks fairly low for me. Someone's saying hi to me here in the chat. So it looks like someone on my team recognizes me here. That's just this Byzantine Megas Domestic King or something. This is from Legatus. This guy's in the live stream too. That's hilarious. Can I not chat back here? What's going on with the chat? Oh no, I've misclicked something here.
We must take their base from
How do I get the chat back up? Okay, here it is. Let's say thanks for joining. Okay, so we got some, looks like we have some live stream viewers in this match, which is good. So there we go, we got it done by chance. Wasn't done on purpose, but we got it done by chance. I'm going to try and keep my cavalry. Let's see what we got. We got a lot of spears, a lot of cavalry on that side. Let's just kind of take inventory of what our team's got set up. Got some swords and skirmishers over here. So it looks like that would be maybe our weaker side. We'll see. Got this cavalry up here to help. So looks like people are enjoying the stream. I enjoy the stream, and like I said, obviously I'm enjoying playing this game. Here I am, right? I mean, I'm playing it. I definitely don't hate it or something, but again, it's never been something that just really takes a precedent in my book, just because I like the full Total War games better. That's really all there is to it. Let's see, so we have the numbers advantage to start off here, but we'll see whether or not that actually means anything in the end. Got my Scythian archers in a nice defensive position over the center. This is definitely like a no man's land out here. Get out there and you tend to get yourself killed rather quickly. So I'm just going to kind of help the team keep eyes on it. Got some spears approaching us over here. These are level 6. What are they? They are Macedonian nobles. We've got skirmishers. There's a level 6 sword there. But these swords probably ought to get down there and support Warwolf, because Warwolf is going to get overrun down there. Up here on this flank, let's see how the engagement goes first. We have better spears, so that might go well for us. This level 10, though, is going to have to watch out for those level 10 swords. And then over here, we got the numbers advantage, but that cavalry is getting caught. Hopefully it can keep moving. Yeah, a lot of enemies popping up back there. I definitely kind of feeling like we're going to get rushed down here. They got caltrops there. I don't know that that does anything to infantry other than maybe slow them down a little. That guy's going to need some help, but I'm somewhat hesitant to just give up the center here too. But it looks like this engagement up there is going to go well for us. So let's actually let's plop down here and see if we can lend a hand. Or actually, I could try and take my cavalry to lend a hand only. But I don't know. We probably ought to just keep my troops together. Let's use my cavalry and do some scouting. See what's up here. Let's see if we can push center. Maybe we can. I'm a little bit worried that this guy's going to bust through and get to our base, but there are some swords, and he's got those skirmishers, so he ought to be able to give these guys some pretty good grief. Warwolf is screaming for help. I totally understand. Yeah, now there's more guys heading, so Warwolf does need help. Let's go help him. This is not necessarily going to get me a lot of points or anything, but the guy is getting overwhelmed down here. Looks like we have some swords inbound down to that area. So actually, I think Warwolf will be okay. Let's head this way. I think he'll be okay. I see some missiles coming out of the forest. That could be a missile cavalry. It is, so I don't know if we can catch them. We probably won't catch them with our companions. We're going to need the support of our Scythian archers. Let's see, is this our hunt? barrage. Let's see if we can target those enemy bow cavalry. I'm losing line of sight on them, unfortunately, because they've got the woods. Can we do a focus fire? Apparently not.
Yes, Commander.
As soon as someone gets line of sight on those archer cav, which we're about to have because they're getting charged,
To victory. Yours to command.
now I should be able to land some shots. He's shooting me.
Service.
Did they fix bow cavalry or something? Because it seems like it's getting a lot of shots right now. There's a ton of bow cavalry over here.
Ready for orders.
And a lot of it's getting caught by other bow cavalry.
Yours to command.
I see a little bit of melee cav back there too. We need to be careful of like what rank it is. What are my guys? My guys are rank 6, so, and I don't really have probably the best charge abilities or anything.
At the double.
Let's go ahead and keep putting together a push.
Commander. By your command.
Let's get our companion cavalry back.
Missiles awaiting.
I haven't gotten even a single shot off yet, which is kind of unfortunate.
Missile infantry ready.
Okay, that cavalry just got caught there. Let's shoot it a little bit with our bows too.
At your service.
I hope we won't get a lot of friendly fire. We very well might. I kind of want to get those guys out of the picture. Alright, good. We did a pretty good amount of damage to that cavalry.
At speed.
There's Eddy Currents over there. I see him. Be attacking one of my stream viewers. Let's shoot Eddy Currents. He's got better cavalry than I do, but I have archer support.
By your command!
I'm gonna catch Eddy Currents here. He managed to actually catch my archers too.
At the double.
I'm gonna pull my archers back. Looks like we've got a pretty good engagement going on this cavalry, so
Attack.
I'm gonna shoot some of this bow cavalry here.
As you command. Missiles awaiting targets.
I'm gonna use broadhead arrows, see if we can do more damage. This fight's gonna end up dragging out a little bit here with Eddy Currents cavalry, and I may get taken out because of it.
As you command.
Understood!
He's gonna charge me with
Yes, Commander.
missile cavalry. I'm just gonna keep firing here, which will probably get my own general killed.
Yours to command.
Looks like Eddy Currents is trying to break loose and get around to my other archers.
To victory.
This has just turned into a big cluster crap here, which is probably gonna get my general killed. Let's see if we can get rid of Eddy Currents cavalry. Eddy Currents got another cavalry coming up, so this is gonna be a problem. We need to charge it.
Weapons ready.
As you command!
Let's get our archers back so we can get some shots. We have some swordsmen to help us with this cavalry as well.
Move out.
We need to keep my archers alive even if we lose my cavalry. I've got 2,000 points. That kind of surprises me. And my cavalry's still alive. Fantastic. Looks like we're doing pretty good against the enemy in this battle.
Return them to the fray!
Eddy Currents cavalry here is just like not giving up on me. It's like, I'm gonna get you, Air. Good hustle, Eddie. Good hustle. Try and take these cavalry out. Looks like we did. Let's quit firing because we're probably just hitting our own men. And let's see if we can start pushing the enemy base. So it looks like this engagement ended up going somewhat favorably for us. What's left over here? Looks like they got a level 6 cavalry roaming around. My companion cavalry has done pretty darn well on this. Oh, yeah, now they're getting shot. Get away.
By your command.
Get away. Please stop shooting my cavalry.
As you command.
Where's the skirmisher that's doing that? They must have some incredible range.
By your command. Understood. At speed.
Are they back here in the base and they were just using like long range arrows or something?
Orders understood!
Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and push up. Looks like I see a clear line to the base.
Missiles.
So we're gonna get these guys in this particular match. Hope you all enjoyed this one.
We shall
It was
seize
fun.
it with glory.
Well played to Eddy Currents. Thanks for the guys on my team who were part of the stream. It was fun to get you in here, even though we couldn't necessarily get the match up in the lobby. But I figured that maybe if we just got folks there, we'd be able to get a couple of you in here. It looks like this is going to go in our favor pretty heavily here, though. I mean, we got 1,000 men left to their 100 and something. So let's just get into the base and try and get a little base capture going on. These companion cavalry, man, they did a beast of a job for me in this match. Pretty happy with their performance there. So, but GG to the red team here. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Let me check the time. Yeah, I'm pretty much out of time for the stream. I have a few minutes left, so How about you all start hitting me with some Q&A down in the comments, and I'll stay on here for a few more 4 minutes answering some questions. I'm going to say thanks for joining. Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to bash on this game. I'm really not. It's free to play. You have nothing to lose, and I think for a free to play game, it's fun. To me, again, it just doesn't overpower the traditional Total War for me. This guy's gonna shoot us and start decapping. He's got my cavalry too. Woo! Those missile cavalry gonna get some kills on us here. I don't want to lose any of my units. I'm gonna try and run away with this one. I'm just gonna keep trying to get shots here on their guys. They can keep shooting us to decap a little bit, but we've got so many men here that it won't be enough. But anyway, yeah, I'm watching the Q&A down in the stream, so let me know what your questions are. Show us Little Air. I think I've put a picture up on Twitter, which, by the way, I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, you'll have to follow me on Twitter. I know some of you won't have a Twitter account, but if you want to see pictures and stuff from time to time, definitely go hit me up on Twitter. It's @AirTweets. So you can find me on Twitter. So that's where, if you all want me to, to see a picture of the family or something else like that, that's the easiest way for me to share that. Someone said make another video with my wife. I will try and do that at some point. It's a little tricky for us to make videos together though, because she has to usually be watching Little Air if I'm in here. But maybe if it's when he's asleep or something, we can do that. I'll let her know that she's been requested. Michael Riley asked, have I ever been to Scotland? I have not. I would love to visit Scotland. I have been to the UK, but it was just briefly, and I was spending my time mostly in Horsham and then over to London for a little while. So that was... and someone asked me here, will I keep arena content? Yeah, I'll keep it. If anything, I'd probably do it in live streams like this rather than doing a ton of different battles on it. It's still in a beta form too, so I mean, if it comes out into a full version, we might do it a little bit. Let's see. Let's see what else people are asking here. Going to do Black Ops 3. No, I don't play Call of Duty. I like playing Halo, and so I've just never gotten into Call of Duty, though I understand, obviously, at this point, Call of Duty is probably the more popular franchise. How long am I streaming? I'm actually meaning to be off here at 9:30 my time, which is in a few minutes, but I wanted to do some Q&A with you all here. Let's see. Do you respond to direct messages on Steam? Probably not real likely, St. Olaf. I'm not keeping up with that stuff real well. Like I said, Twitter's probably the easiest for me to see because I can see it on my phone. Steam's not really easy for me to catch up with. So let's see what else. Someone asked Greece. I have not been to Greece. The only other country I've been to besides the U.S., and I've been to a lot of the states in the U.S., is the U.K. whenever Creative Assembly had me come over to Horsham. Other people saying that I should come to your country. I'd love to go visit a lot of these countries. I would. It's just not cheap or easy for me to get to, but hopefully I'll get to eventually. So let's see. Do I have a Snapchat account? I do not. Someone says, what is this, ancient porn? Not quite. Where am I from? So I'm from Arkansas, or at least that's where I live right now. I lived in the northwest part of Arkansas. Do a Halo campaign. I may do a Halo campaign eventually. Right now I'm not playing it because people got the game for Christmas, and I'm just making sure that they get a chance to see the story. It wasn't my favorite story, but I still want to make sure I don't spoil it for people. Let's see. Do I know anything about the Czech Republic? Not much, other than I guess where I used to live in Oklahoma had a lot of history of people immigrating from the Czech Republic to there. So they used to have this I can't remember what they called it, but it was a little holiday that was like celebrating people from the Czech Republic. It was pretty fun. We used to go down there when I was a kid. That was in Yukon, Oklahoma, I think, where they used to have that. So let's see. What do I think of Rise of Mordor? That one's from late 2012. Rise of Mordor looks cool. I think the only problem is that it's just never going to... it's never going to be able to edit the map. I'm very hesitant to think that Creative Assembly is going to release a map editor because they just haven't done it in so long. Someone asked Torin, Air, will I play Warhammer? Absolutely, I'm going to play Warhammer. In fact, I'm planning on spending a lot of time on it just so that you all can see it and decide whether or not it's really going to be for you. So yeah, absolutely planning to play some Warhammer. This is a funny question. Views on Donald Trump. That's a question that I really don't want to get into on YouTube because it never ends well, but funny nonetheless. Let's see. Can you please say my tag? I guess so. Astra AI Officiel. How are you doing, man? Twitter account. Someone's asking. It's @AirTweets. So yeah, follow me on Twitter if you all want to see it. It's linked on my YouTube page if you all want to go click to it there. I know not everybody has Twitter. It's just easier for me to run a Twitter account than Facebook, and it's easier for me to keep up with and all that kind of stuff. So Let's see. What's my favorite Total War game? That's a good question there, Megavian, or yeah, Mega Ivan 997. Man, I think Rome Total War 2 is probably my favorite right now. But I mean, they're all really good, and I like several of them. Shogun 2 is a really brilliant game too. So yeah, you never. Let's see. It's Twitter. Let's see views on Bernie. If I didn't answer the Trump question, I can't answer the Bernie question either. So there you go. Air's being politically correct and fair. So let's see what else we got on here. Let's see. What time would you like, or what would you like to see in an upcoming Total War game? That's from Mob Killers. I would like to see a revisit of the Empire era, and then honestly, I think it would be fun to see something. We're getting Warhammer, which is something new. It's not a historical franchise, so I think to me that kind of covers my desire to see something new for now, and I'd like to see another revisit to something in the Empire age. If it's Napoleon, that's fine, but something that brings back like that fire by rank and all that other feel. So let's see. This guy's asking, how's my day? My day's good. I'm on here streaming with you all, and I get to spend the rest of the day with Mrs. Air and Little Air, so it's gonna be good. What time would you like to be explored in a Total War game? I kind of just mentioned that. I guess if they were gonna go visit anything else new, let's think. What might be interesting? Yeah, I don't know. I guess there could be all kinds of stuff that they could try. Let's see. I did a political video once. It was nice. Yeah, I know I did, but political videos, man, I see enough politics all the time now, and I think you all do too, so let's just avoid it on here so that we can all still be friends. Will I do a co-op with Legend of Total War? Me doing a co-op with anybody is near impossible, just because it's just really not going to work out well timing-wise. So I would love to do some co-op stuff, but since I'm not a full-time YouTuber, I don't end up getting a lot of chance. I saw Eddie Currents ask me what my MBTI type was. I don't know what that is, Eddie. If you clarify it for me, I might try and answer it. Make a Spore video. Man, those were the good old days when I made a Spore video, right? That was way back. Have I ever played the tabletop war game? I have not, so I'm not into the tabletop war games. That's a good question. What's the biggest problems with Total War Attila? I think they need to look at the vanilla building chain and their food and order penalties. I think they need to relook at climate change. And then from there on out, it would be nice to see them address some of the crippling frame lag that you get in siege battles and other stuff, because I run a pretty high-end computer and it's still bad. And I'm trying to think of some of the other, just balance changes to cavalry would be nice, so that the game is not like an instant cavalry kill focused game. Total War Jurassic Era, yes, I think that sounds pretty good. Twitter again, please type it. I mean, if you all want me to type it, I can type it in here. But I mean, it's linked on my YouTube channel, so if you all want to follow me there, you can. I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like forcing you to follow me on all the social networks, but that's how you get to me on Twitter. I just put it into the chat. Will I do more campaigns in Rome 2? Sure, eventually. I mean, I'm doing campaigns in older Total War games right now. So someone asked, do I own pets? I used to have a cat, and his name was Achilles, and he used to show up in my videos actually from time to time in the past and also interrupt them. He was quite the Total War cat. He was really great. Eventually, though, he ended up with, I believe it was an autoimmune disease, and also ended up with leukemia. So he did not make it. That was right around the time that I got married to Mrs. Air, whenever he died. And the interesting thing is that Achilles had become kind of like this solitary cat, and he hated everybody, but he liked Mrs. Air. So it was kind of neat. So maybe he decided that it was time for him to go, because he knew that she would take good care of me. So anyway, nice pet. He was a good cat. Let's see. Favorite faction on Attila is definitely the Sassanids. That's a good question. Someone's saying do a vlog style vid. I mean, I could do a vlog, but I mean, I don't know that you all want to just come in here and like see my face or something. I don't know that that's particularly interesting. So some of you are all asking me a lot of political questions here. I'm not going to answer political questions on here right now, because that's not the purpose of this. I mean, I love talking about politics in real life, but I don't want to bring it into YouTube. Please say my name. Well, hello, Oliver Paris. How are you doing? Let's see. What was the first Total War game I played? That was Rome Total War, the first one. So that was definitely the first Total War game that I got into. And then this is a good question here from Mark Ashley Aldover. He says, Air, did you expect your YouTube channel to be great? No. So I liked watching Prince of Macedon back in the day. So back when I was in college, I would literally be sitting in the hallway on my very first smartphone. It was an old Droid Aris. And I would be watching Prince of Macedon battles. And I didn't even own Total War at the time, but I was like, man, this game is awesome. I don't even remember how I found it, to be honest. I think I was trying to YouTube something about Rome, and I found his videos, and it's like, man, this game is so cool. I've got to get this game. But my computer back then was so crappy that I couldn't even run Total War. I think this was 2008 whenever I started seeing it. So yeah, I couldn't run Rome 2 at all. So eventually I got a computer that could run Rome 2. And one day I get into this battle and I play this Seleucid player, and we had this fun match where we were both trying to ambush each other on the Pripyat marshes. And then lo and behold, a day later I go and look, and it's on Prince of Macedon's channel because it was him. And so I was like, you know what, I had to open a YouTube account to actually, because I just watched, I never had an account, and I had to start one, and I called myself HeirofCarthage because I played as Carthage in that match, just so that hopefully it would help him recognize me. And anyway, that was how it all started. That's how my channel got started, and I was like, you know what, I want to upload a video because I like seeing him do it. I want to try it. And then eventually I was like, man, it'd be neat to see if I could just get 100 views, and it just kind of went from there, and people started watching. There was a lot of nice people that helped me make my videos better, and that's really kind of how it all started with my YouTube channel. So let's see. Why do I play Total War? I think partly because I like strategy games and because I'm into history, so it just kind of fits. So that's the way that it really speaking. Am I speaking French? Antoine, I can't pronounce that. Is asking if I don't speak French. I can't speak any other languages, unfortunately. So just English for me. Let's see. What about Greece? Do you like Greece? I mean, I'd like to visit Greece. The landscape and a lot of stuff seems interesting. I like the idea of visiting. I like the history, obviously, and the language sounds pretty neat to me, too. So let's see. Publish a success story. What? I don't know if I have anything. So, let's see. Which Total War game has the best naval battles? Man, that's tough. I'm probably going to go with Napoleon, just because the graphics and sounds and everything got updated. But if you're playing an Empire naval battle with the Blood and Smoke mod, it's pretty sweet. Let's see. If I were to pick a non-Total War game to play, what would it be? That's kind of tough because I have a lot of favorites. That's Mob Killers again. He ends up getting another question answers because I like it. I really like Halo, but I can't just play only first-person shooters, so I really like KOTOR. Also, that game is a huge favorite of mine from the past. And I'm not really sure what else I would get into. I like Homeworld a lot also. Sometimes I play Homeworld just for fun. Someone asked what I studied in college. Azab Bakov. I studied mechanical engineering. So yeah, that's what I did in college. What do you think of the Charlemagne DLC overall? It's a good DLC. I think it's one of their best in a long time. It's not perfect. I think there's some things that can be made better, but I like to not just rail on it because I like it a whole lot. Joker asked, will I fight another battle against Prince of Macedon? Probably at some point. He and I will usually get together, whenever a new game's coming out, so I'll probably work with him so that we can play something together on Warhammer when it's getting released. I definitely enjoy doing some collaborative stuff with Prince, but he and I are both busy, and that's why we don't do it too often. But he and I get along really well. We always have, and he's always been a fun guy to just talk to on YouTube. He does a very different type of video than me, which is what I appreciate about him, and that's why I tried to make my channel. I mean, it was definitely similar, and it was obviously fashioned after what he was doing, but I tried to make it different as well. So let's see. What happened to my Halo channel? That's a good question. That's from Otran Taylor. So yeah, that Halo channel, whenever YouTube started changing to make their policies more Nazi-esque when it comes to copyright stuff, I had videos on my Halo channel that I figured were going to get claimed because they had music in it from Martin O'Donnell and from the old Bungie games, and I just didn't even want to screw with it. So I just deleted the Halo channel as a whole, and now that I've kind of gotten a feel for how all that works, I just put my Halo stuff on here. My Halo channel was never monetized. That was just something I was doing for the heck of it back in the day. And if I put the Halo content on this channel, I at least get to make a tiny bit of money off the ads, and it kind of makes it worth it for me to be buying an Xbox and other stuff like that. Egan Hody asked, any tips for beginners? Now I'm on here past my time, but I'm enjoying answering your questions. Any tips for beginners who just started playing? Yeah, I mean, the best thing to do, you can practice against the AI until you kind of understand make sure and learn all the mouse and keyboard commands. You can watch to see if people have given video tips, play the tutorials, figure out how the units interact on each Total War game, get used to that with the AI, and then start challenging yourself. Playing against other people will make you a better player because they're a lot better than the AI. So, how long have I been doing YouTube? From Mohammed Adam. I have been playing or doing YouTube videos since 2009, so it's about 6 years now almost. So, let's see. I'm just about out of time, and let's see, what would be your favorite faction in Total War Warhammer? I don't know yet. The only one I've ever gotten to mess with was the Dwarves at the demo in San Francisco. The Creative Assembly had me go. What you pick, Rebels or Empire? Ah, man, that's a tough question. So from a moral standpoint, obviously I have to go with the Rebels because I'm a big, like, freedom, you know, liberty kind of guy, but just from a cool standpoint, you always have to go with Empire. I mean, who doesn't love Star Destroyers and TIE Fighters? Let's see. Can you make a Homeworld multiplayer vid? We might could do that in the stream one weekend, if that's what you all want to do. I could get on Homeworld multiplayer and have people join me, other people that own it, and that might be fun. My views on ISIS. Do any of us like ISIS? I don't think any of us do, so I would think my view on that ought to be pretty straightforward. Do you think Arena will succeed? That's a question. I don't know. I don't know how many players are on it now. I haven't kept real tight grips on it. If every player's like me, I don't think it's going to find a lot of success, but every player's not like me. The free market, we'll see how it goes. So Mob Killer's another question here. It's actually pretty good, or yeah, another question. I want to start my own YouTube channel. Any tips or pointers? You know, I just got lucky. That's all there is to it. You have to create a channel that people want to watch. Obviously, your content needs to be good, and doing that in today's YouTube is probably a lot harder than it was back when I started, to be honest, because there's more people on there now. Someone asked how old I am. Man, I don't want to give away my age. I'm old. Your name is the old man on YouTube. I'm an old man. I'm older than most of you. How about that? Does that work? Let's see. I'll answer just a couple more real quick, so I'm waiting to see what else we got here. Am I poor or rich? So there's a question. I think that depends on someone's viewpoint. For the area that I live in, I am pretty middle of the road. Where I live, though, tends to have quite low unemployment. I work for the largest retailer in the world, and their headquarters is here, so almost everybody in this town is employed. It's very low unemployment. So for this area, I'm probably middle of the road, but I think that we're pretty fortunate up here. We tend to do very well compared to the country as a whole right now, so hopefully times stay good. But rich or poor, I can answer that question. I'm rich because Mrs. Air and Little Air are awesome, and I get to see them every day, so I'll answer it from that standpoint. So money to me is definitely nice in the sense that I like to eat food and have a place to live, but at the same time, I'm rich in the sense that I've got an awesome family. So is my name Mark? Yes, my name is Mark. That is my real life name. So let's see. So that's a good question from Magma. My comment on not being able to capture any territory you want in Total War Warhammer. I don't like that, but I think what it's being driven by is that Games Workshop still has a say in the IP, and so that is going to be part of the reason. This is a funny question here from Dunadan93. What car brand do you have? I drive a Hyundai. Yeah, so I'm a high roller, right? If you're from Korea, you'll probably appreciate that, though, so representing some Korea stuff. I keep saying I'm going to be done. When will I play as Western Rome? Probably March, so that's a good question. I'm thinking February I'm going to be doing, or just as soon as my Theme of Sicily campaign's done. I want to go back and either do an Empire or Napoleon campaign because it's being highly requested. And then I'll probably run on and do a West Rome campaign in March right before Warhammer comes out. That would give us from March all the way through the end of April to handle West Rome. All right. I already said your name, Oliver. What's going on, man? Can I play more naval? Can I play more naval battles? Sure. Will I? I don't know if I get a chance. The answer about rich or poor, though, that's why Air's a great guy. You know, I try to work hard for my family. I don't care about monetary wealth in the extent that I need it to be happy, because I don't. I'm happy with what I have. I do work hard, though, so that I can try and provide a good life for my family. So that's really my goal. So yeah, in terms of me being happy, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to make me happy. So let's see what else we got here. Third Age. Do you use the stock keyboard setup in Arena? Yeah, I haven't changed anything on the keyboard setup in Arena. Let's see. Just waiting. Someone asked, do I not play anymore? No, I'm just answering questions at this point. So yeah, I played a couple of battles, and this part, you know, is just people can watch if they want. So let's see. Will you do Napoleon replay soon? I can. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that. Do some Third Age Total War battles. You know what? That's a good point. Vado in a... Yeah, I can't pronounce your name there, but that's a good point. We should get a live stream going maybe in a week or so where we do some battles on the Third Age mod for Medieval 2. That would be a lot of fun. I might look into that. So... Anyway, I think I got to get running, folks. I need to get back over to the family, eat some breakfast, kind of get the day started. I got some stuff to get done today, and Mrs. Air has some stuff that she wants to go do, so I'm going to hop off here. Green Tape, I just said your name, man. How does that do for you? So anyway, hope you all had a good stream here. We got a fun couple of battles in. 1-1, lost one. I will be back with live streams more in the future. Like I said, I definitely enjoyed getting to chat with you guys here at the end and the questions too. I always appreciate you joining and making this fun. HeirofCarthage, signing out for now.